Hey, it's Tyler, and today I'm doing an early Oscar prediction for 2026. The date is currently June 4th, so a lot of things are probably going to change. Uh, Probably some movie at TIFF that was under my radar is going to pop out of nowhere, so I'm just going off of what I know right now. At number one, we have Sinners. I think this is pretty much a given at this point. It's going to get in many different categories. I think at least screenplay, at the very least. Something I have noticed though is that I feel like a lot of movies that have gotten a lot of hype, like Dune, Wicked, The Substance, end up getting a lot of hype. Like people think it's gonna win, and then it only gets a win for like one or two different categories. I'm not sure if that's a real statistic, but I feel like I've noticed that. And then Sentimental Value at number two. This was the Grand Prix winner at Cannes. It didn't win the Palme d'Or, but it definitely got the most talk about it. I believe it got the highest rating out of Cannes, so it's doing a really good job. Joachim Trier, their last movie didn't get into Best Picture, but it did get in for screenplay. So I think a lot of people really like this, even more so than Worst Person in the World. So I think it'll get in this year. I think it probably has the second best chance to get nominated and maybe even win. Then we got Begonia. This is Yorgos Lanthimos' newest movie. It's not going to be like Kinds of Kindness, or at least I believe it won't. So it'll probably be a hit. I still don't know anything about it. I don't know how much of a sci-fi movie it's going to be. All I know is that Emma Stone shaved her head for the role, so I assume it's got to be good if she made that much of a commitment. Next up is Jay Kelly, and I'm cautiously putting this high. Why not? It's Noah Baumbach. They got in last time for Marriage Story, so it could be really good. I'm hearing a lot of good things about Adam Driver, so it could be his first time getting nominated. I don't know if he'll really win, because it would be his first Oscar nom, and he's done serious roles before. He didn't get in for Punch Drunk Love. He didn't get into for Uncut Gems, so it could be just something that people are really excited about, and just it didn't end up hitting the same way. So we'll have to see. Next is Deliver Me from Nowhere. This could be another a complete unknown, but it might not be. It might just be a TIFF movie and then never be seen again. There's a lot of music biopics that go under the radar, so people might just be hyping this up for no reason, but it's our only music biopic that we really know about, and we know the Oscars love music biopics, so it might get in, or it might just be Rocketman all over again, might get a song nomination, but I think it's going to be more of a drama, and that people are going to really like Jeremy Allen White's performance in it, so I think it is a contender. I think it's going to be really good. Then we got Wicked for Good. The trailer just dropped today, so I saw it. I think it's probably going to get nominated. I would hope that John M. Chu changed what needed to be changed, because a lot of people are talking down about the second act and don't think it's going to be good, but I'm not going to be naive. I think it's going to do fine. Even if it's bottom five, I think it'll do fine for itself. I don't think it's going to get as many noms as it did last time. I think they went a bit over the top with the nominations last year, but maybe people think this is like his masterpiece, and he gets a director nomination, and he gets all this stuff. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to be respected, but not considered like one of the best movies of the year. Then we got Avatar: Fire and Ash. I've debated this multiple times, but the fact is that it's releasing in December. The last movie got in for Best Picture, and I've heard people hyping it up like it's going to be the best one yet. So I think it'll move enough people that it'll be in the bottom five. I don't think it's top eight, top seven, but I think it's going to get in. Then we got Rivals of Mzia King. I did put this lower than last time when it came out of South by Southwest, because I've heard mixed things about it. So it'll probably be bottom five. But I think enough people like it. I think it's just been a while since people have talked about it. But I think it'll go back to TIFF, and it'll have another boost of hype, and people will really like it again. I've heard a lot of good things about the editing, so it'll probably get a nom there. For all I know, this could be another Challengers, a crowd pleaser that's just not going to break out. But I've heard enough hype about it that I think critics are going to like it, and it'll probably make it in the top 10. Then we got Ballad of a Small Player. This might be a way bigger Oscar contender than we think it is. It has Colin Farrell and Tilda Swinton, and it's directed by Edward Berger. I know it is more of a crime thriller, but if Colin Farrell is good in it and Tilda Swinton's good and the script is well written, I think it'll get in. I might be wrong. I need to see a trailer first, but people doubted Conclave, and that was in like the top 3 conversations. So who knows? It could be a big player. To be fair, there are quite a bit of Netflix movies that are coming out this year that are getting Oscar buzz, but it's Edward Berger, so I wouldn't doubt him just yet until we get a trailer. Then we got Jafar Panahi's film. It was just an accident or a simple accident. I don't know what the official title is. I keep on hearing 2 different things all the time, but it's between those 2. I don't know how Americans are going to think about this, but it won the Palme d'Or, so it might just barely get in. It might not, but the last time we had 2 foreign films in for Best Picture was last year. That was the first time it happened, and I can't imagine that just because it happened last year means it has to happen again this year. I don't think that'll happen. I haven't heard that much hype about it, but I know more people are going to watch it. But we'll have to see when it goes to more festivals. Next is Frankenstein. I don't think this is going to be an Oscar top 10. I think it'll get into a lot of craft categories, but I don't think it'll actually make it into Best Picture. From the trailer, it looks like it's very action heavy, very CGI heavy. So I don't think it's going to be like Shape of Water or Pinocchio. I don't think it's going to be as well regarded as those 2 movies. I know that this is a passion project for him. It's something he's wanted to do for a long time, but I just don't think that the trailer is convincing enough for me to think that it's going to be in the top 10. Next is After the Hunt. I actually read the script for this. I think it's a very good script. I think the character that Andrew Garfield is going to play is going to be very entertaining, very douchey character from what I read. So I think it'll be fun to see him do something new. I think Julia Roberts will do a fine job. After I read it, I thought it was very good, but I don't know if people will be that passionate to put it in the top 10. But I am keeping an eye on it. It is made by Luca Guadagnino, and his last movie to get in for Best Picture was Call Me By Your Name, which was back in 2017. So it might get in, it might not. Likelihood is it will just barely not get in. But there's a lot of good actors in it, so it might get a couple of acting categories, I would hope. I'm really hoping this is good because I think the script is really well done. Next is One Battle After Another. This is the new Paul Thomas Anderson movie. I don't think it's going to get in the top 10. I'm keeping it in for the top 20 right now just because you never know. But from the look of it, it's very action heavy. It's going to have a lot of comedy. I think people are going to like it, but not enough people are going to see it, and therefore people will forget about it and it won't make it into the top 10. It might get an adapted screenplay nom. It might get score. I've heard Sean Penn is very good in it, so it might get something, but I don't think it'll get into that top 10. Next is Marty Supreme. I've heard a lot of good things about it. I'm seeing people like Oscar Expert and Brother Bro putting it in like top 3. I don't think it's going to be at that level, but I'm putting it in my top 20 because I've heard a lot of good things. The things that I'm hearing people talk about that, they're saying it makes a big Oscar contender is that it's releasing in December, and it's the most money that A24 has put into a movie. But you know what else A24 put millions and millions of dollars into that didn't end up being an Oscar player, not even for sound? Civil War and Beau's Afraid. Both millions of dollars, but nothing for them. I don't think the more money you spend on something equals more Oscar attention. I think if the money that A24 is spending on Marty Supreme goes to Oscar campaigning, if that's what they mean, then maybe it could make it into the top 10. It is Timothée Chalamet, but it's Benny Safdie. None of the Safdie movies have gotten into Best Picture. Now, to be fair, they are splitting up this time. One is doing Marty Supreme, the other is doing The Smashing Machine. So they could be better separate, but none of them have gotten in, and a lot of them have gotten hype and led to nowhere. The only thing that is making me keep this in the top 20 is the fact that it has Timothy Chalamet in it, and that it is somewhat of a biopic. I need to see a trailer first before I put it any higher. Next is F1. I think this might be a sleeper hit. I think it might end up being way more of a player than we thought it might be. Uh, I know a lot of people are talking about how it's not going to be like Top Gun Maverick. That was a one-time thing. There's a couple of things that are making me keep it on my radar, though. It's 170 minutes. I think they could develop the characters and the story well enough that people end up really getting attached to it and really liking it. But it could just be a crowd pleaser that just ends up going away. It is releasing this month, which isn't that good for Oscars. But, you never know. It might be a critical hit. Who knows? Then we got Rental Family, which is a bit of a late addition that I've added. I've just heard a lot of good things about the actors in this. So it could get in for screenplay potentially. It could get in for a couple actors, but I need to see a trailer or something because I don't know anything about it. But I know some people are really hyping it up, thinking that it's going to be a big player. It might just be one of those movies that people hype up. They think, oh, this is gonna win the People's Choice or something. It goes at TIFF, no one talks about it, and then it gets nothing at the Oscars. So just cautiously putting it in there. It might be a big thing, it might not be anything. That's about all for my 2026 Oscar predictions as of June. We'll see what happens in the upcoming months. I might do another video on some other categories. Maybe I'll do another updated video in like September after TIFF. So we'll have to see about that. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.